Hey guys, Trip here, and I just got out of a pre-screening for Captain America Civil War. Holy shit! Holy shit! Let me get this out of the way right now. Let me make this as straightforward as possible. This movie is incredible. It may be my favorite superhero movie of all time. I'm not going to wait until the end of this video to give you guys a score or leave you in suspense as you wonder if I recommend this movie or not. I do. Go see this movie as soon as you can. As a matter of fact, you may want to pause this video and wait until you see it before you come back. There are no real spoilers in this discussion, but if you want to go in completely fresh, I'd highly recommend doing so. So, without further ado, let's talk about this movie. Let me start off by saying that this movie could have easily had the same problems as Batman vs. Superman. It had the same massive scope, a lot of characters, and had to live up to a beloved comic book story. But where Batman vs. Superman collapses under its own weight with its awful pacing, nonsensical story, and lack of character development, Civil War shines in those same areas. This is a movie that had to introduce two new characters, and not only did they do so successfully, but they were arguably the best characters in the film. Both Black Panther and Mr. Saul Spiderman are amazing additions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Chadwick Boseman makes a great Black Panther. He's intense, he's focused, he's cool, he's cunning. His accent isn't the best, but that can improve over time. Every time he's on screen, he steals the show. He also has a very strong motivation for taking the side he does, and you can really sympathize with his actions. Even if you're not rooting for the side he's on, you're always going to be rooting for him. So let's talk about Mr. Spiderman. This might be the best Peter Parker and best Spider-Man I've ever seen on film. Everything about Tom Holland's performance is on point. He really feels like a modern-day quirky nerd who's out of his element, surrounded by all these larger-than-life superheroes. Holland's performance is the epitome of how we'd all act if we got superpowers as a teenager, and he's just as excited to see the Avengers as we are. At the same time, he always holds his own. One thing I really respect about this movie is that they didn't underpower Spider-Man. I was afraid they would do this in order to help him fit in better as the new guy, but no. Spider-Man has super strength, Spider-Man has super speed, Spider-Man can more than hold his own against the rest of the Avengers. Not everyone's gonna agree with me here, but Spider-Man was one of the best things about this movie, and I only wish he was in more of it. That being said, all of the characters get their time to shine. This is a movie that really delves into the relationship the Avengers have with one another, the motivations for what they do, and the reasons for picking their respective side in the war. The drama between the characters is engaging, feels believable, and never comes off as brooding or ham-fisted. The fight scenes in this movie were incredible, but then again, that's to be expected at this point. Marvel keeps upping the ante with these fight scenes, and in Civil War, they reach a boiling point of drama and raw emotion that we haven't seen before. I'll be honest, things get pretty brutal toward the end. As a matter of fact, this may be the most brutal combat we've seen in a Marvel movie that isn't Deadpool. It's made even more emotional because the combat is between characters we care about. This movie nails its storytelling. It's paced perfectly, it has a focused narrative, and it explores the superhero world in a way we don't see often enough. What happens when superheroes make a mess? How does the world react to it? We get to see all of the Avengers' missions over the years from the perspective of regular people, and you really start to understand the destruction and death they've caused. Now, to be fair, you could make the argument that in all of these cases, things would have been even worse if our heroes did nothing, but people aren't always rational or objective, and their response in this movie is believable. The UN signs an agreement that says superheroes have to work under their own jurisdiction, and can only act when allowed to do so. None of the Avengers are particularly fond of this idea, but Iron Man agrees to the deal and Captain America rejects it, effectively making him and his followers fugitives. What's great about this story is that while you're encouraged to pick sides, you can see the motivation of both characters. Things happen to both Stark and Rogers that cause them to take such different sides, and both sides are pretty sympathetic. At the same time, both characters commit numerous acts that effectively destroy their relationship, turning what started off as a political disagreement into an emotionally fueled brawl between scorned brothers. So, the fight scenes are great, the story is phenomenal, and our heroes are as charismatic as ever. Let's talk about the one thing Marvel movies rarely get right: the villain. Honestly, I liked this one. He's not some superpowered threat, he's not a one-dimensional megalomaniac, he's a three-dimensional character with sympathetic motivations. He may not be a central focus of the movie, but he doesn't need to be. The real conflict here is between Tony and Steve, and that's okay. All in all, this movie is amazing. I don't really do scores on this show, but I will tell you that Captain America: Civil War is a movie you should be watching. It opens on May 6th, and I can't recommend it enough. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, Trip here. If you liked that video, why not watch some more? Hit that like button, share this video on social media, and subscribe. If you want to see more movie reviews from me, check out my Patreon. Every donation helps me make these videos and keep the channel going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Can you swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes a Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang-up. Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find a Spider-Man.